It's that time of year when everyone is thinking about goals. What do they want to achieve for the next year ahead? And one of the most important parts of the goal setting process is quite often overlooked. So today I'm going to talk to you about vision boarding and visualising your success and making a vision board that is going to inspire you to continue striving towards those goals when the initial motivation's worn off. So most of us, when we set a goal or we think of something that we want to achieve, it can come from a place of fear or disgust, or basically there's a negative emotion driving the need to pursue that goal. So for example, in January everybody wants to lose weight, and it isn't because they feel inspired to look fantastic. It's because they feel disgusting because of the overindulgence from Christmas, etc. Now when you approach a goal from a negative emotion, once you start making progress, you feel better. So then you take your foot off the gas and you stop pursuing those goals because you just didn't want to feel as bad as you was feeling. And once you've made that initial progress, you feel a little bit better and become complacent. So vision boarding is a process of creating and visualizing what your future is going to look like. And then when we set out towards these goals, we can pursue them from a place of absolute inspiration. So vision boards really improve motivation, they improve your focus, your concentration, your adherence to the goal. But lots of us, we don't go as far as making a vision board. And it can sound a little bit childish, cutting and sticking out pictures and things like that, but it's really powerful. Now, a lot of successful people, especially successful athletes, will talk about visualization quite a lot. So think of some of the greats like Muhammad Ali, and think of Conor McGregor more recently. They'll quite often talk in interviews about visualizing the fight or visualizing the house they're going to live in. Conor McGregor talks about this quite a lot. He visualized himself driving around in expensive cars, earning lots of money, being really successful. And that process is really powerful. If you start to visualize what you want your future to look like, your brain will start finding ways to make it happen, and it'll start looking for resources to make it happen. Now, don't get me wrong, you've got to put in the hard work. You can't just, create a vision board around losing weight and then not exercise or eat well. But most people stop because of lack of motivation. Now, vision boarding really helps you to keep your motivation going. And if your motivation is lacking, you can have a look at your vision board and remind yourself of the future that you're trying to create for yourself. An opposite to a vision board is just having a little think about, if you don't take steps towards your future goal, how are you going to look? How are you going to feel in the future? Or what is that area of your life going to look like? And chances are you can imagine that looking quite bleak. So take some time to think about what you would like in your future. Now, when I'm doing vision boards, I do vision boards for lots of different areas of my life. Now, you might just have one particular area that you want to improve in right now. So start with just one area. I'm going to talk about health and fitness because it's the most common right now and it's the most popular one that we work on with people. So if you visualise yourself as a 10 out of 10, not a 10 out of 10 in anybody else's eyes, a 10 out of 10 for you, what does that look like in terms of your health and your fitness? Okay, what does your body look like? What types of clothes are you able to wear? What sort of behaviours do you have on a daily basis? What's your self-confidence like when you're at work and when you're out socially and things like that? Start to really visualise, if you were at your 10 out of 10, what would that life look like? Start screenshotting pictures, start screenshotting quotes, and gather as many, as many pictures and resources that are going to help you feel motivated. Now, you can either have one big vision board for your life, and you can put, what you want your dream house to look like, what you want your dream body to look like, etc. I like to break mine down into different categories. So some of the things to think about when you're doing your vision board is, what do you want your future home to look like? Is it in this country? Is it abroad? What do you want your job to look like? Do you picture yourself working 9 till 5, stressed out of your mind for a corporate company? Or do you visualise yourself living in a villa in Spain, only, logging in, working online, working a couple of hours a day? Like, what would you love to achieve if money, time and resources weren't a thing? You don't have to think about the how for now. You've just got to think about, what do I want my life to look like? If you can't even think about what you want it to look like, then you have no hope in taking any steps towards it. So start visualising it. Find somewhere comfortable, pour a glass of wine or a cup of coffee or whatever it is that's going to get your creative juices flowing, and just really start thinking about, if somebody could wave a magic wand tomorrow and say, there is your 10 out of 10 dream life, what would that look like? Find as many pictures and resources. You know, you can do them physically and print them off and stick them on a piece of card and frame and put it on the wall. You can use an app like Pinterest or just a photo album on your phone and screenshot pictures and whiz them into your vision board album. There's lots of different ways of doing it, but you've got to start. There's no way you're gonna stick to these New Year's resolutions and these goals if they're not part of your dream future life and your bigger picture. Then once you've created that vision board and you've come up with that bigger picture, start thinking about, what person do I need to become to achieve that? Or what daily habits do I need to introduce to achieve that? So somebody who's a size 8 with a set of abs and a golden tan is definitely eating well and exercising and, you know, looking after themselves. They're not having shake diets and dropping a ridiculous amount of weight in a very, very short space of time. So you've got to think about, what behaviours is it going to take to then get you to your vision. Went off track a little bit, but yeah, I split mine into various different sections. So I have a vision board about what I want my health and fitness to look like. It was really, really powerful for me when I won the British Weightlifting Championships. My vision board at that time, it had pictures of people on podiums at the Olympics and the Commonwealth Games. It had pictures of gold medals. It had pictures of ice baths and people training until they cried and bled, etc. And it came to fruition. Yeah, I had to put in the hard work, but I visualised it and then I got to work on that goal. I have a vision board for what I want my business to look like, what I want my working day to look like. I have a vision board on what I want my future house, what I want my wardrobe to be like, what do I want my clothing, my jewellery and things like that to be. So you can have vision boards for absolutely everything, but if you can't visualise what you want your life to look like, or you haven't even tried, you have to start. Otherwise, you're a boat in the ocean without a compass, Adam likes to say, bobbing around, no direction. That is mental health problems waiting to happen. That's, you know, lack of self-esteem, it's unfulfillment in life. So start dreaming, dream big. Your dreaming big right now might be completely different to someone else's dreaming big. That's fine, it's your vision, but you've got to start. If you only do one thing this week, spend a couple of hours of time on your own, no disruption, feeling nice and relaxed, and just think, if I could have my life any way I could choose, if money, time and resources were not an option, what would I have? Go for it.